Hey everyone, it's your girl Sierra. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is pretty much going to be a monthly favorites video. Now, I don't always do them just because sometimes I feel like they're not that interesting. Also, another reason is because my hauls get really long because I ramble on. You guys know I talk a little bit too much and I don't really think viewers want to sit through something like that. So instead, I decided that what I'm going to start doing is I'm just going to pick one sort of beauty product. So basically, if we're going to talk about my favorite highlighters for the month of July or whatever, then we'll talk about the favorite highlighters for that month. Just pretty much, we're going to focus on one kind of product, one thing. So I decided that my favorite that I'm going to choose for this month is going to be my favorite face brushes. I chose out a few, some eyes and some actual face brushes. First four brushes I have are by Sonia Kashuk, and these four are just the four that I pretty much use on a daily basis. So the first one I'm going to show you is this brush here. This brush I find is great if you want to pack a color all over the eyelid, and the reason for that is because the bristles are actually nice and compacted together, so it will pick up the product and you can pack it onto your eye. So it's kind of great for that all over eyelid area. The second Sonia Kashuk brush is her blending brush. Now this one is a little bit more rounded on the top, and the bristles are a little bit longer than your average blending brush bristles are. That was a tongue twister. The thing about this one is that I feel like because the bristles are actually a little bit more separated, when you want to blend it, you don't have as much control of the shape and where you want the eyeshadow to be going. That's the only con that I don't really like about this brush. Then the next one is the brush that I use for my eyebrows. I use this every single day that I fill in my brows. I'm using this one just because it's so easy to use and manipulate my brow shape, and I freaking love this brush. So this one is a definite must. Next one is this brush here. It's a smudge brush, I think, and it's rounded. I use this one to put the gel liner into my waterline. I don't really find that this one smudges. Then the next thing I have is two brushes. These are by Luxury Collection. I've had these ones for quite some time now. I don't know where you can get these brushes because they were a gift for Christmas, but they are by Luxury Collection. You could look on Amazon, eBay, I don't know. First one that I'm going to show you is this brush here. I don't know what this brush is called, okay? But this is the brush that I use for my highlight when I highlight my brow bone and I highlight my inner corner, just because it is so small that I can get in there. The next one I have is the Luxury Collection, and this one's the blending brush. This is basically my everyday brush. It is what I use to blend my eyeshadow. I use it today. And to explain this, it is a little bit smaller here at the base, and as the bristles get longer, it kind of becomes a little bit wider at the top. What I feel is the bristles, the hairs are just far enough apart for me to be able to get that blending, but still compact enough for me to make sure that where I am blending is where I need my eyeshadow to go, so it keeps the look nice and put together basically. And the last one that I have for the eyes is a Real Techniques blending brush. I think this is called the shading brush. I don't know. I'll put it here. But anyways, this is what I use to get the outer area of my eye. This is what I use for the darker colors because it's so small that I really get in there. And also this is what I use to smudge out the bottom lash line. It's perfect, pretty much. It's nice and compacted. Then the last three brushes I have are some face brushes. So the first one that I have here is an Ulta blush brush. I always hate saying that, blush brush, because it's so hard. It's a sample size, obviously. But this is what I use for my blush. I just find that this is so easy to work with. And because it's small enough, I feel like if I were to use something bigger or something smaller or something angled for my blush, I'd just get really confused. But this kind of goes right on the apples of my cheeks, and then, you know, it's just that perfect size. Okay, so the next brush I have is another Real Techniques brush. This one is the Stippling brush. The bristles on this brush, or the hairs, are actually really weird. I don't know what this is called. Maybe it has a name. I don't know. But there's two sets of hairs. First set is these darker hairs right here, and they don't go up all the way. And the second sort of bristles or pair of bristles are these lighter bristles here that you guys can see. These ones are obviously longer, and there's not as many there. This is great for like cream or like mousse, more thicker foundations, but that just might be my personal opinion, and that opinion could be wrong. I will admit that. The last brush I have is an E.L.F. brush. This is a powder brush. I don't understand why this is called a powder brush. It's obviously a foundation brush. This is what it looks like here. I love this. The thing about it is that there are some cons that most of you guys probably wouldn't want. I used it today for my foundation. I think my foundation looks pretty good. I could be chirping, I don't know. But this brush, the thing about it is I feel like it eats the foundation. Can you guys see that? God, and when I wash it, like there's so much foundation, so I feel like it kind of just wastes my foundation. Do you notice that though, that when I put the product onto my face first, it doesn't eat as much of it, but say if I do put it on the back of my hand and then dip it in, it immediately, I have to use more product that way. Then the second thing that is a con is literally the second time I had taken it out to use it, the handle fell off. I mean, the brush was only, I think, like $3 or like $6, but still, I glued it back together with some hot glue, but it literally just fell out. Decision making is up to you guys. I'm not going to tell you what to buy. I'm just going to give you pros and cons, tell you guys what I think, and then let you guys go from there, just because I don't want you guys to buy something that I tell you to buy and then you hate it. Don't forget to share this video, because if you guys hadn't seen one of my very last videos, I am almost at 130 subscribers if I'm not already there. Thank you guys so freaking much for that. I'm like, Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. There's something in my eye, and it hurts like a mofo.